Hey, welcome back. This is a very important video. This is kind of like, the fundamental thing that you need to know about HTML and CSS. So this is a very important video, so listen very carefully. Alright, so in this video, we're going to talk about two main concepts. The first concept is block elements and second concept is inline elements. I know they sound complex, but trust me, they're very simple and you already know them. Alright, so that's the difference. So perfect. So what is an inline element and what is a block element? Okay, so an inline element basically means it's going to attach itself in the line, right? So for example, if I go to the system and if I have my HTML, my head and my body. Now, one more quick tip before we go any further. If you're tired of doing all this each and every single time, what you can do is you can say Shift 1, which is an exclamation mark, and you can hit on Tab. Alright, so it's going to give you the basic HTML structure. It's going to add a couple of more things which we're going to discuss in the upcoming videos, but for now it's going to give you a basic HTML structure to start working with. Alright, so you can go into the body and inside the body, let's just say we have an emphasis tag, which means I want to have something in italics. This line is in italics, right? Now if I go back and if I refresh, I have a line, right? Now, an emphasis tag is an inline element. All right, what do I mean by that? For example, if I add another emphasis line, this line is also in italics. All right, there are a lot of suggestions, so you cannot see my text properly, but I hope now it's clear, right? If I save and if I go back and if I refresh, it appears beside the first element, which means it's falling in line, right? It's falling in line. It does not need a new entire line. It falls right beside the previous element. Now, the strong tag is also an inline element. This line is in bold. Save, go back, refresh. This line is in bold. Now, these things, they are inline. There is also another inline element which is span. This is a span element, which basically is like a paragraph. It's just used to kind of like, hold things like inline. All right. So it's an inline paragraph. That's kind of like, the simplest definition I can give you at this point in time. All right. So these are inline elements. So if this is what inline is, what is a block element? Like always, you already know it. A paragraph tag is a block element. This is a paragraph and this is a block element. Save, go back, refresh. Did you see that? The paragraph doesn't attach itself to the line, but it falls into the next line, which basically means it is its entire block. A block basically means it occupies the entire width of the element. One cool thing what I can show you is if you press on Ctrl+Shift+I, and if you're on Mac, you can press on Command-Option-I. You get this small window on the right side. It kind of like a developer's console, which we are going to delve a lot more deeper. It is going to be our best friend while we are debugging websites, especially in terms of learning JavaScript. There is a small thing called as this arrow mark, if you can see that. If you click on it and if you go to paragraph, it's going to show you how much width it's occupying. If you see, the block element occupies the entire width, right? Whereas an inline element occupies only up until its content. That is the reason these things fall right beside each other. Whereas a block element takes up its own entire width and therefore falls in the next line. All right. So we used paragraph tags. We used this sort of like, block tags a long back ago, even in the first lectures. But now you understand why certain things are happening in that particular fashion. This is a heading. Even the heading tag is a block element, right? So this is the primary difference between what an inline element is and what a block element is. So whenever you're writing your code, make sure if you want it in the next line, either you do it as a separate block element or you have a break tag. Either way, so that was a very simple thing that you need to understand. Is kind of like, keep these concepts in mind because they're going to be very important while you're building your upcoming websites. All right, that's it for this video and I'll see you in the next one.